So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go do the exhaust now. Okay, here's me here. So I got our exhaust pipe right here, the header pipe. We're gonna go measure this real quick. Okay. Measure that. It's 22.14. Measure it somewhere else. 22.75. Okay, one more time. It's hard to get it just right, you know. I wish they had a caliper for just measuring bores. Well, I think they do. I think it's called a bore scope or something. 22.8. So almost like 22 3/4 is what we're gonna say, millimeters. So let's go measure the exhaust. I can't see, it's so black. Okay, yeah, somewhere around there. I got a 21.4. Yeah, and it's like kind of at an angle also. Yeah, 21.4. So what did we say this was again? 21.4 and 22.3. So 21.4 and 22.3. So maybe we'd be good to port this like out to 22. Let's port this out to 22. That's what we're gonna do. So before we do that, we're gonna go and go get another napkin. So we're gonna go get another napkin and shove it in there. Maybe I'm gonna do like half of it because it seems like it's way too big when I stuff it in there. Try to shove it in there as much as we can. Don't want to get the valves. We don't want to nick the valves or anything, or get any crud in the where the seals are and stuff. This won't be burning oil, you know. All right. Oh boy, is that sooty. Wear gloves. But the good thing is, when we port it, we'll actually be cleaning the port up too at the same time. So, all right. So have at it. The gasket's right here, so try not to nick the gasket. You can see you can open it up quite a bit until it gets to the end of the gasket, but there's no point opening it up more than the pipe. We could port the pipe out a little bit. I don't know how much more we could port the pipe though. We can just open up the openings a little bit. So we'll shoot for like, open it up like, what did I say, like half a millimeter to 20, what was it, 22? The pipe is 22, right? And it was 21 1/4. Yeah, let's just try to get it close to that 22 1/2. Maybe 23. We actually want it to be smaller than the pipe though, so we just open it up just a little bit. And for this one, actually, we're gonna polish this also. So yeah, so we'll try to get it as much as possible in there. We'll start with the coarse one, and then we'll go to the finer one, and then we'll actually polish it. Here we go. And I'm gonna get it a little closer to the edge here of the table. Okay, so there, I've hit it for like maybe a minute or two. It's really hard to measure this, and stuff gets in the way. That looks like 21.6. Still not enough. You gotta get it to like 22 1/2, was it? Yeah. It's weird. It's like at an angle, or you know, when I measure it. 21.7, yeah. So we still got to keep on going. I do notice there's a little casting kind of like a bump here, so I'm trying to get that out of there. So yeah, we definitely don't want to go farther than that because that's where the valve is. That's the little relief for the valve. So try not to cut into that too much. All right, here we go. Continue on. Okay, I got another Dremel, so we're going to use that. I actually have a wired one also, so that's probably the one we should have used in the first place. That's okay. I need to give these little an exercise every once in a while so we can recharge them. Alright, so keep on going. About maybe like half a more millimeter to go. I feel that we don't have to port the exhaust, the pipe. Yeah, I kind of like. Okay, so we're gonna go measure it again. I feel I like the other one better for porting. So we're at 21.8. We're getting close to 22. So just keep at it for a little bit longer. We're 22.5 is what we're going for. Okay, I'm getting somewhere around 22.3 and 22, yeah, about 22.3-ish. It's around that area, like 23.3, 22.1. So we're pretty much where we want to be. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna start polishing. Boy, did it eat up a lot more this time. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna change the rollout for the smallest roll, the finest one, so to make it smoother. So right now it's pretty rough right now. Okay, so here's what you're gonna do. It's too bright. Okay, yeah. See, it's rough like the intake, but we don't want it rough. We want it smooth. So we're gonna smooth. Okay, so what we're doing here is we're changing out the roll. Okay, it should slide right out. Okay, and we're gonna change it out for a smoother one. This is a finer one, so it'll be oh so smooth. Okay. Make sure we tighten that nice and good. Okay. All right, and then so we're just gonna smoothen it out just a little bit. All right, so we're gonna smooth it out just a little bit. Okay, should be a little smoother now, I hope. It's not super duper smooth, but it's okay. That's the finest one I got, man. Yeah, it's the finest one I got. Let me see what else we can do. What we could do is use a cross buff. Oh yeah, we can use a flap wheel. Do I have a flap wheel? Let me see if I got a flap wheel for this. Okay, so I've got a very, very worn out flap wheel from my port and polishing kit. This is what we're going to use to get it even smoother. It's an even smoother grit, but it's really worn out. I don't think it's really going to do much good, but it should smoothen it out a little bit, and then we'll buff it after. So we got to actually use the kit that came. So I have to bust out the compressor. It's gonna make a lot of noise now. Okay, so I got here my tool dealie here. Let me zoom out a little bit. So it's a die grinder with the flap wheel. I actually had a bigger one, and it actually fits in the hole. So we'll use the bigger one. As long as it fits in the hole, it's fine. Ooh, there's not a lot of room in there, man, to work with. I think we should have used the smaller one. Well, let's try the bigger one first. All right, here we go. I won't zoom. Okay, so we got done using the flap wheel, and it came out much smoother, much smoother. Check it out. Here, let me go. So that's what this guy here, this guy right here. There you go. See, it's much smoother now. It feels much smoother also. So I would say that that's pretty good right there, but we'll take it a step further. And I had to push in that tissue quite a bit. All right, so the next step is we're going to use this, what's called a cross buff, and that will smoothen it even more. So we're going to take the flap wheel off here. So we're going to use this one I have on for the Dremel. It was a softer one. I wanted to use the other one because it was a little coarser, and then go down to this. But we'll go do this. So it's pretty easy to use one of these guys. What we need is some WD-40. You spray some WD-40 on the cross buff. I'm going to spray it onto the table. Doesn't make a mess. Okay, I sprayed some WD-40 onto it, and we're going to go at it. I'm probably going to put this on like the lowest speed so it doesn't fling WD-40 all over the place. And I'm going to start it when it's in there. Alright, here goes. Okay, alright, here goes. I think I sprayed too much WD-40, man. It's way too it's way too moist in there is what I want to say. Okay, boy, does it make a mess. Okay, but it's pretty smooth now. It's not super dupery smooth, and there's still a little bit of scarring. Maybe we want to hit it with the flap wheel one more time. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, let's hit it with the flap wheel one more time before we go back to this. 'Cause I can see there's like some little scoring in the walls and stuff. We were trying to take that out a little bit. But it's pretty smooth right now. Yeah, it's pretty good. Alright. Oh, is it a mess too? Where's that other napkin that I had? Wipe some of that WD-40 out of there. So yeah, I want to wipe this WD-40 so it doesn't contaminate my flap wheel. We probably should have sanded it more with the flap wheel. Okay. Alright. Okay, we're going to hit it up with the flap wheel again. Okay, that looks pretty good. Alright, we're gonna go hit it with the cross buff again. Okay, so you can see I got it done. I'm pretty happy with the results. Yeah, I couldn't get the cross buff quite that far back, but it's pretty good. It's really smooth at the exit here. Yeah, it's super freaking smooth, dude. Maybe we could hit it with the flat wheel more to make it smoother, but I think that's okay. It's really good. Here's a close-up. It could be smoother, you know, but I think that's good enough. That's a good enough polish. So there we go. So we just port and polished our exhaust outlet, and so we're done with the port and polishing. I'm not going to do anymore. So what we're going to do next is let's clean out the ports a little bit. So when we did the cross buffing, it kind of picked up all the aluminum particles. So what we're going to do is we're going to clean out the exhaust because the exhaust is dry, and it's got those shavings all over it. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to get a shop vac and suck out all the stuff on one side, and then we're going to take it outside and I'm going to blow it with I got handy dandy Mr. Shop Vac here. Just going to go flip this around here since there's still a lot of stuff in there. Yeah, see, look at all that stuff on my finger. We want to make sure we get all that out, especially on the intake because it'll suck that into the engine. So I'm going to use a shop vac and clean that up. Okay. Now that we've got the majority of it out, we're going to go and blow it out with the air gun. And I'm not going to do that in here. I'll just blow this stuff all over the place. Okay, so as you can see, it's made quite a mess, man. You see, some of it is still getting inside here. So yeah, just trying to clean it up as best we can. Okay, I've tried to blow out as much of those aluminum chips as possible. It is really, really messy, man, I'm telling you. But what I should have done was stuff a napkin down here, because some of the flakes it would get onto the napkin here, and then it would kind of get sucked up into here, you know, or blown in there for some reason, you know. So I got a little bit in there, but that's okay. Okay, so we're done with the port and polish. That should be good. Turned out really good. Yeah, really good. So you can see this side is rough, and then this side is really smooth. So I don't know if that might be too rough. I'm not sure, but whatever, it's fine. You want it to be rough so it atomizes the fuel. Alright, so I want to make sure that I don't put this flat on this again, because the next step is we're going to be cleaning the gasket mounting surface, and we're going to be cleaning out this combustion chamber. It's freaking filthy, dude. Look at it. Okay, Hazemig here. So I'm just doing I'm gonna add this clip after the port and polishing video. So the last thing I had done was I got the cross buff, and we cross buffed it twice with this guy right here. I'm gonna go a step further, and I'm gonna actually use the polishing buff dealie right here. This guy, a little sponge thingy. So we're just going to go get some polishing cream. In this case, we're going to use Blue Magic, good old Blue Magic. We're just going to dab a little on there and just swirl it around there. I wanted to use a bigger polishing pad, but the other one is it's like the same size as the hole, so it wouldn't work. Yeah, it's like actually bigger than the hole, so that's not going to work. So anyway, I just want to use a lot of this stuff I bought for the Dremel. I never really use any of this stuff, so I want to see if it makes a difference. I think I've done this before. I can't remember, but we're gonna go hit the exhaust up with this, and then we'll see how bling bling we can make it. Oh, if I can get the freaking bottle open. I wonder if I should shake it. Okay, so it looks like I was just using this part to polish before, but we're gonna go run the edges on this. Take a dab, not too much or else it'll make a mess, you know. And then we're gonna just run it in there. Probably want to keep it really slow. Okay, sorry I didn't really get a really close-up video of it, but there it is. Honestly, it didn't really help at all. It's still pretty much as smooth as it was before. Yeah. Well, that's cool. Alright, so that's enough with the polishing. I'm done. I'm done with this port and polish stuff. But if anything, it did smoothen it out a little bit. But there's only so much you can do. I feel that we should have hit it up with this flat wheel more, because it's just, it's still got kind of like gouges and stuff in it. But that's okay. It's smoother. It's pretty much smoother than it was before. All right, so that's the end of the port and polish video. Hope you guys have enjoyed and you learned something. Working with small engines like this, the Dremel helps a lot. Plus, you don't have to wait for the compressor to start and stop. So, but I'm just glad to be able to actually use this thing. The polishing stuff on it, and it's great for port and polishing motorcycles, because the ports are so small. The regular stuff, it just doesn't. It's too big for it. So, all right, here's me out.